Charles G. Koch, The Science of Success, How Market-Based Management Built the World's Largest Private Company. Get ready to venture into the world of market-based management (MBM) and discover the forces behind Koch Industries Incorporated (KI), the world's largest private company. Built upon a foundation of rigorous philosophy, MBM incorporates guiding principles and mental models that drive transformative growth and success, catapulting the company's revenue from $70 million in 1960 to around $90 billion in 2006. Charles Koch, CEO of KI, has refined this holistic management style throughout his career, emphasizing the importance of embracing change, seeking innovative opportunities, and instilling a strong sense of personal ethics and corporate values. As you delve into this book summary, explore the core components of MBM and witness how it has shaped KI's phenomenal progress.
The rise of Koch Industries. The story of Koch Industries began with Harry Koch, who ran a weekly newspaper in Texas. His son, Fred, went on to form Winkler Koch Engineering Company and specialized in converting heavy oil into gasoline with the help of a thermal cracking process. The company set up 15 cracking plants in the Soviet Union during the 1930s. In 1967, Fred died of a heart attack, and Charles became chairman and CEO of the firm, which he and his brothers renamed Koch Industries Incorporated. The firm expanded its crude oil gathering operations and eventually became North America's biggest crude purchaser and gatherer, averaging 1 million barrels per day by 1990. KI also became a prominent crude oil trading firm, the U.S.'s biggest gas liquids gathering and trading company, a financial trading business, and acquired high-tech firms through Koch Genesis and the Matador Cattle Company, a leading U.S. cow and calf business. Charles Koch's market-based management philosophy. Discover how the science of human action integrates theory and practice, fostering continual growth and change in Koch Industries through the market-based management philosophy. Charles Koch's market-based management (MBM) philosophy integrates theory and practice, making it a holistic management style that has driven the success of Koch Industries over the years. This management philosophy prepares firms for the future, growth, and change by adopting mental models that offer helpful intellectual frameworks to address various events in business and life. By effectively applying these mental models, Koch Industries has grown from a company with revenues of $70 million in 1960 to a company whose revenues are now around $90 billion. MBM reflects Charles Koch's philosophy and incorporates his bedrock principles for free societies, which he has carefully refined with his colleagues over the years. Though it is well established, MBM remains a work in progress that accepts change as a constant and believes in embracing constructive change. At the core of MBM is the science of human action, which functions at both the societal and organizational levels. By using dozens of mental models, including the law of scientific proof, sunk costs, value chain analysis, and profitability measures, MBM adherents can deal with events in business and life effectively. According to Charles, the quality of our mental models determines how well we function in the natural world, and the same is true in the economic world. For instance, the sunk cost mental model enabled KI to consider profits unachieved due to failure to seize opportunities as actual book losses. This approach has enabled Koch Industries to focus on the future and the concept of opportunity cost, rather than expending resources by focusing on sunk costs and regressive thinking. Koch Industries inculcates MBM into every aspect of its business. The Koch Development Group, which now refers to it as Koch Industries MBM Capability, includes internal consultants who educate employees about MBM and how to exploit its mental models. The development group devised scorecards that employees use to measure their personal progress. By adopting the MBM and its mental models as a business philosophy instead of a bureaucratic system, firms can achieve astounding growth, as evidenced by Koch Industries' impressive growth during the past 40 years. In conclusion, the market-based management philosophy is a holistic management style that allows firms to prepare for the future, growth, and change. By adopting helpful intellectual frameworks or mental models, firms can effectively deal with events in business and life, continually foster growth and change while embracing constructive change as a constant. Koch Industries' case proves that the quality of mental models determines how well we function economically. The 5 components of effective transformation. According to the book, effective transformation requires 5 key components: vision, virtue, knowledge processes, decision rights, and incentives. These elements work in tandem to achieve real change. It's not enough to have one or two, all 5 must be present and interlinked. By understanding and utilizing these components, individuals and organizations can make lasting improvements that lead to success. Creating corporate vision. The book emphasizes the importance of value creation as the foundation of any business. Profit is a validation of the CEO's vision and the company's work, but it requires a strong understanding of the firm's core capabilities and benefits to consumers. A successful vision requires experimental discovery and intelligent prioritizing, continually adjusting to changing circumstances in a nonlinear, iterative process. KII, a company with guiding principles. KII is a company that follows a set of core values which includes integrity, compliance, value creation, principled entrepreneurship, customer focus, knowledge, change, humility, respect, and fulfillment. These values align with economist F.A. Hayek's societal rules of just conduct. KII employees are expected to display 6 intelligences including interpersonal, intrapersonal, linguistic, logical mathematical, spatial, and naturalist, as well as strong pattern detecting capacities. The company classifies its workers into A, B, C levels, with A level being the most valuable employees and C level being substandard. Managers work with C-level staff members to improve their performance, but if retraining or reassignment do not work, they are let go. Profitable decision-making. Learn how successful managers apply applicable experience and knowledge to make profitable business decisions. Based on profit and loss results, market-based management, MBM, system allocates resources profitably. MBM also focuses on relevant data, uses marginal analysis, and adapts what works from other firms. The approach emphasizes detailed statistics to enhance decision-making. KII, the parent company, uses this method and uses it at Matador Cattle Company to track costs, cattle carrying capacity, calves born, and more. By monitoring these measures, the ranch saw a 25% reduction in costs, a 5% increase in calves and 20% increase in weight at which calves are weaned. It is often more difficult to overcome success than adversity. Clear roles and decision rights for profitable resource allocation. KII ensures precise allocation of resources by clarifying every employee's specific roles, responsibilities, and decision-making rights in accordance with their accountability. Employees' allocation or conservation of resources determines the company's profits, which reflects their decision-making rights. Employee motivation at KII. KII incentivizes its employees using MBM to align individual and company interests for long-term superior performance. Economic analysis and 360-degree feedback are used to measure achievements, and incentives such as annual compensation, spot bonuses, and multi-year profit-based compensation are offered. MBM, the holistic innovation machine. The MBM system can help for-profit, non-profit, and governmental organizations operate more efficiently. However, the system will not work without proper application, which relies on understanding it. Executives who approach MBM as a series of specific steps to follow do not understand the system. MBM is a conceptual framework that depends first on strong self-knowledge and then on a menu of mental models. When its helpful tools are correctly applied, MBM can be a robust innovation machine that spurs discoveries and creates new value by effectively challenging standard or bureaucratic operating procedures.
The journey to understanding Charles G. Koch's market-based management (MBM) approach is an eye-opening experience, revealing the magic ingredient in Koch Industries Incorporated's astounding transformation. By focusing on value creation and employing a combination of vision, virtue, talent, knowledge processes, decision rights, and incentives, MBM fosters an organization's capacity for navigating the unpredictable waters of the global market. With mental models that inspire growth and drive innovation, a steadfast commitment to a shared vision, and a well-calibrated incentive structure, MBM champions the power of businesses to become value-creating powerhouses. As the story of KI has proven, MBM transcends theory and defines the future of successful business management.